right, no disrespect to my boys from St. Ricketts, because you know we love them. St. Ricketts with fire cannot burn at www.stricketts.com. We're going to cut the boys off in a moment as I talk over it a little bit. Welcome, everybody, and thank you to anybody and everybody who showed up for a very special Thursday afternoon edition of the Yo Show.
Yo.
Yo, indeed. Jeff the Shark Perini alongside the kosher Tiffany Mosher. Wow. I got to cut that off. St. Ricketts folks, you know I love them. One of my absolute favorite bands. New music coming soon. I've already got the drop. Some people are already in here. Brent Worrell in the house. This is Early Jefferson. What the road is honor. Yonder is Brent, one of the hottest, biggest new bands out there right now, with a brand new album dropping April 23rd, has given me the pleasure of a Thursday afternoon interview. Justin and John from the band Dirty Honey are going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
So exciting.
Barring any setback. Lisa Orlando, one of our favorite musicians in the house. Hey, I'm able to watch you guys live. I'm so excited. We're very excited. Lisa's got brand new music dropping as well, and we will pump that up, Lisa, next couple episodes of our show. Tiffany, the nerves are there. I got to tell you, this is a big one. This is Dirty Honey. What do you think?
I'm hiding behind my sunglasses trying to look cool right now, so I don't look as nervous. This is such an incredible thing. I mean, I love this band. They're incredible. They're amazing. Can you see the nerves?
I can see my own. So I'm blinded. Yes. I'm blinded by my own nerves. So today, last couple of days, I've been reaching out to their PR people, the awesome Heidi Robinson Fitzgerald, and I always ask them because she represents Greta Van Fleet, Anthrax, Ghost, Rise Against, Slayer, all these great bands, and I'm always pestering her. I'm like, hey, what's it take to interview? Hey, what's it take to get them on the show? And of course, Greta, she's like, I don't see that happening. Anthrax was a maybe, and then when they dropped this Dirty Honey press release on me, I again came back and said, hey, I would love to talk to these guys because I love them and they're hot and they're newer and fresh and all the buzz. Rolling Stone magazine, they've been on Eddie Trunk's show, the whole 9 yards. It's just been awesome.
Well, and now they're on the Yo Show.
Absolutely.
This is going to make the week even better.
Absolutely. This is their highlight. This must be the biggest moment of their lives.
What else would you rather do on a Thursday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time?
I agree. Ray Coleman in the house. Ray, thanks for the smooches. I know that smooch is for me.
Yeah.
You have a secret love for me. I appreciate that. Ray Coleman, Irish musician, one of our good friends here of the program. I'm a little nervous though. Yeah, this is really big. And they said, Heidi said we have one window. The guys are going to be doing some press release Thursday, 12 o'clock California time, 3 o'clock our time. I've never done a show at this time. Usually I'm doing Talk Creative to Me. See how nervous I am. I'm normally doing Talk Creative to Me with Marie Daniels. Yes, thank you, Mike. Marie Daniels, who was on the show last night. We got greetings from Mexico. I love Twitch. People from all over the world. Victor, thank you for tuning in. And one of my absolute favorite people ever, Stephanie, coming in saying, awesome. Thank you, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie is a huge music fan. We have a lot of the same music taste. That's it. Not taste anything else. Music only, not food. She's one of the big bashers on the Let's Argue segment.
Ooh, but you know what? That makes it fun and interesting and interactive. We need that.
It really does. Tiffany was ranting last night about Candy, big time.
Yes.
You were going off on Candy. Everybody went off on Candy last night. So whoa.
Almost. When I got to work this morning, the conversation continued.
Really?
Oh yes.
That's because we got our new friend Phil out there, Phil Meng, who has joined us. Enjoys our life. That's if you're in critical condition.
Hi, Phil. Phil's probably watching from work.
Awesome. I hope everybody's out there watching from work. I hope my wife found a way to watch from work, and everybody's just clicking on and tuning in. Let me get that adrenaline out of me.
Did you eat a big lunch?
I had more of the leftover baked rigatoni and the sausage because I can't let it go to waste. It's terrible.
Yeah. So sometimes depending upon what you eat can make the nerves a little bit more jittery. But sounds like you had a nice solid meal, so should be good to go.
Absolutely, and hopefully it doesn't come flying up when I meet two of my favorite artists. Now, of course, the magic of StreamYard, you're never guaranteed. There's always the potential of a glitch. But from what I hear, all systems are go. So if by chance there's anything quirky with the fellas, I'll let you know. They did offer for Zoom. We do StreamYard. It's very similar, so I don't see anything anything having its mess. Brent, I do agree. Remote work does have its perks. You get to watch us. I get to be here for you. I get to hang out with Tiffany. It's like heaven, man. This is it.
Yeah, and the weather here is gorgeous. It's just an all-around amazing day.
It really is. I'm telling you, it's just a perfect sign. Again, we expect the guys around 3 o'clock our time, which will be around 12 o'clock California time. Even the dog is excited. My dog is sleeping. He didn't want to come downstairs and hang out with Dirty Honey today. I don't get it. I figured he would, but he didn't. So I even got I even got a little corny. I put up my guitar here, and
I know. I was going to say, where's the stormtrooper? I mean, I don't see him hanging out. I see guitar now. You're trying to match my background here.
Well, it's music. So the stormtrooper's in the back. I was going to put the guitar in his hand, but I figured stormtroopers don't play guitar.
That would be so
bad. Here. Guns N' Roses are here since the fellas opened for Guns N' Roses before. And I got my microphone, and I just belched and all that good stuff. Brian is in the house. Brian actually caught the other show. Thanks for watching. Brian's a big fan of the show. He missed it last night. Told me, hey, I missed it live. And if you miss it live, you could watch it anytime on our YouTube channel at The Yo Show. Facebook, The Stoop Radio Network. Twitch. I don't know how, but Twitch.
Can you imagine people watching The Yo Show while they're drinking their morning coffee? Just, all this craziness to start their day. I bet people do it.
That's what's kind of cool. I certainly hope so. And I do notice, at night, I always check the stats, just out of curiosity, see who's watching. Not who personally, but just in general. And you see a number, and then the next morning I wake up to this number that's almost double. So people do take the time. Maybe they scan through things. Maybe people just wanted to hear me sing. I don't know. I should have played my singing portion for Justin and John in case they ever need an emergency singer.
You can always do that, yeah. You got to do a karaoke rendition of their songs. I'm sure no one's ever done that on a show before.
I can't hit those notes.
I would be so nervous. I don't think I could do it. I would be laughing in just embarrassment.
Yeah, probably.
They're watching me.
Brent, we are on Twitch. Follow us. It is The Yo Show. Get your Twitch friends to follow. I know it's a little more of a younger generation thing, but we kind of get found all over the world. The beauty thing, Tiffany, and I'm going to mention this to the guys when they come on, a band like this, like Dirty Honey, is there is no generation, because guys my age who have been around for the big rock days of the 70s and even the glam metal of 80s, etc., this is our music, not all that electronically induced and changed up kind of stuff. This is our music, hard rock and guitars and deep pounding drum. Right, exactly. Like instrumental stuff. So for me, this grabs at me, but also grabs at the younger generation for people like, hey, this is like a new sound for me. And it kind of is, unless you listen to the retro stuff. This is like a brand new sound. So it's great stuff. So for now, Brian, Tiffany is our backup. She is a member of the Yo Show family. Our other member is down with wisdom teeth. So
we love you, Jewel. We miss you.
We do miss you, Jewel. We hope you get better real soon. She told me today to break a leg. I feel like I broke several legs already. Nerves are pounding. No top 5 list tonight. No, none of that stuff. We're just going to get into it, man. We're just going to continue gushing about the band. Brian said hello. Try to follow on Twitch. Thank you, Brent. So far, our highest Twitch turnout has been, I think, 7. Because we don't have a big following. But we did get 7 people to watch one night. And it's cool because they come from all over the world. We had a guy last night from Argentina. Followed us start to finish, Tiffany. I introduced him to what a cheesesteak was. We're talking about candy, all that stuff. How cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Has he been on before? Has he come into the show? No?
I have not seen him on before. You do get, we get a couple people to come back religiously from Twitch. You also get your people on Twitch that have some smart stuff to say because they go there to watch gamers. So, yeah, we got an avenue for them as well. I'm very nervous. Let's thank Maria Daniels for her appearance last night. Maria was awesome. She is the host of Successfully Chaotic. and Talk Creative to Me, which starts at 3 o'clock. I'll be on at 3:30, so you can wait till 3:30 today. I love you, Maria, but we're talking big time stuff today. And I don't know if you checked out Facebook. I've got the whole Dirty Honey California Dreamin' thing plastered on my big screen TV, 2 computers in action, all this. You seem calm, though. Is it because you're kind of new and you're like, hey, I'm new to this, it doesn't really affect me, or you figuring you got Big Mouth over here who's gonna cover us?
That's partly to it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that I think I'm just getting more comfortable with the whole concept of this whole thing with hosting. And I think it's something that's so unique and different for me. And I'm kind of excited. I've learned that chasing the adrenaline and chasing things out of my comfort zone have always yielded amazing results. And so I think this is just one of those next things. It's like, it's out of my comfort zone. Of course, I'm nervous, but at the end, I'm going to feel real badass that I just interviewed these amazing guys from a band that I love listening to. So, I mean, I think that's going to just increase that confidence factor even more. And the rest of my day, I'm having Cubans for dinner tonight. It's going to be amazing. I mean, this is just, work was fun. We had a great time at work today. So good vibes all around.
Did you tell everybody at work that you're leaving to do a rock interview? Did you tell everybody that? Like, I got to leave. I got some rock stars interview.
Yeah, that's why Phil's watching. He knows.
Wow. Our great friends in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, the band known as St. Ricketts. Guys, good evening. It is not Wednesday night, so the fans got a little bit of what fire cannot burn on a Thursday afternoon. And I got to tell you, St. Ricketts, I sent Tiffany the song, fellas, because she's family. She's Yoshio family. Me, her, Jewel. We know the rules. Play it amongst ourselves and drop it. The new song is fantastic.
Amazing.
I know you like it. Yeah, I got it to you late last night. I do apologize for that, but I did get it off to you. And I have listened to it. Let me think. Can I count? Carry the one. Probably 263 times already. You guys rule. I cannot wait. Eric, John, Tom, Anthony, Kenny, the guys from St. Rick. It's just a terrific local band. And that's what I want concerts to come back, because these guys, I got to get these guys or see these guys somewhere live.
I'm coming too. Whenever they're live somewhere. St. Ricketts, if y'all want to come down to Virginia Beach.
Or Kentucky.
We have nice beach here, lots of great restaurants. I'll show you around town.
It is a beautiful town. I tell you what, I would, obviously if the money's there, I would rent like a big tour bus and go with St. Ricketts to Virginia Beach, just to say I was on a tour bus with a band, and we'd all cruise down to Virginia Beach. Anybody want to go? Anybody in the audience want to go? We are down. I tell you what, guys, Virginia Beach, a beautiful town, and I know a few people down there. There's a lot of great breweries too. We could probably get you lined up with an awesome show. Yeah, a lot of great
idea. Yeah, we can make it happen.
Speaking of breweries, everybody, do not forget to support your brand new local. It's Loso Brewing Company at www.losobrewingcompany.com. Right now, our cans of the Hazy Dragon and Brownsville Brownsville Bonfire Ale are I still can't get it. Can't get it. But anyway, you get it.
You're never this nervous.
I'm a little nervous now. My man Vince in the house. Vince Pelican, let's go. Yeah, man, we're going, dude. I'm so excited. I just hope nothing goes wrong. I know StreamYard could be tricky, but, 15 minutes and counting to get these guys. And they're kind of doing like a little bit of a virtual PR tour today and tomorrow. So, like I said, when I got the info that I was going to get this snippet, my wife's out there watching. I stopped doing laundry. I stopped cleaning. I stopped doing any kind of remote work. I got a beer meeting tonight, so even in my beer crew, I'm just doing PR today. So I just stopped the whole day, set up, and here we are.
So yeah, it's one of these things. I went into work this morning and I was like, I know I hosted last night, but guys, I mean, this is a big deal. It's Dirty Honey, for God's sake.
It is pretty awesome. For anybody who didn't watch last night, me and Tiffany messes a lot. We become tight. We're kind of like each other's support system through the dredges of the day.
Yes.
And I love you for it. I think it's awesome because my wife is so busy. I could barely get a text into her, and she admits it. She's getting her butt kicked at work, but Tiffany always finds that little bit of time. And I said to her, like, look, what are the chances of you getting out of work early, like one day during the week? And without even me asking her to say anything, she came right out and said, what, you want me for Thursday for Dirty Honey? Yeah, I'll be there. Just
I just kind of know how you think now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Great.
good thing. Jewel knows how I think as well. Jewel's always one step ahead of me, which terrifies me. Every female's one step ahead of me. I've got predictable face, I guess is what they call it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I, I I got my Rolling Stones shirt on, to celebrate the great of classic rock.
I have a green shirt on to celebrate my green eyes, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
I
You're
don't
big on the green eyes.
I
Why?
felt I
Just
didn't know if I just couldn't I was gonna wear like a Dropkick Murphy shirt, but I was like, no, I don't want to wear another, genre. I mean, they kick ass, but I was like, I'll just go with plain shirt for today.
I thought that I was looking all over for like the right shirt to wear. And when you go to concerts, they say, "Oh, don't wear the band's shirt to their concert because that's kind of corny." That's like a unwritten rule. You don't wear the band's shirt to their concert.
I always do.
You did? No, you don't wear Stones to the Stones, like unless you buy it in the parking lot for $10.
When
Not
I
that
go
I've
see
ever
the,
done
I
that.
go, when I go to see the Avett Brothers, which is like all the time, I've seen them like 20 something times. I always wear an Avett Brothers shirt to an Avett Brothers show.
Wow, the Britney shirt. Nah, these guys are a little too cool for my Britney shirt.
You have a Britney shirt?
I have a Britney shirt. If you watch some past episodes, there's a couple where I pop on with the Britney shirt. My wife got to like it though, so she wears it more than I do now. Who doesn't like Britney?
Right.
Seriously. Yeah, a lot of fun. We're about 12 minutes away, and I'm pretty nervous. Really
I
am.
can tell.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very fidgety and you're just moving
Very fidgety,
around. I'm trying not to get seasick here.
stuttering. I've actually had this setup. I changed the setup 3 times today to point different directions. I'm like, let's just bring in the Yo show. Let's do like I always do with the pops and some
Yeah,
fun in the background. I tried to put it in front of the giant screen with the Dirty Honey, but the glare of it was just awful. It didn't come out at all.
I think it looks good. I like
Thank
the
you.
guitar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's talk real quick because I know you're going to ask the guys about this because you dig it. But you've got this little list that you call your drinking list, and it's when you're out at the bars having a good time. Nothing crazy, relax, boys. But when you're out having a good time, something you call your drinking list. Let me first say hi to my man, Mr. Cox, from When Worlds Fail, Music Speaks. He said, "You'll be fine, my man. Thanks very much. Greatly appreciated." He was one of the first guys to jump on and say, "Hey, Dirty Honey, way to go." So thanks, James, very much for that, man. It's awesome. And check out his podcast as well, When Words Fail, Music Speaks. Excellent. So Tiffany's little list includes a song called Rolling Sevens.
Yeah. So
And she says to me, wait a minute, Dirty Honey, Rolling Sevens is on my list. So tell us a little something about that and how you fell in love with that song in this list of yours.
my drinking playlist, it's got rock. It's so much fun. I've got I don't know if you've heard of the band Royal Blood. They're fantastic. Yes, I love them. Like Metallica, I've got on there, some Alice in Chains,
Yes.
Queens of the Stone Age. I've got a lot of, just good rock all around. And yeah, I got introduced to the band from someone very special to me last year. And I started listening to it and I was like, well, this is a badass song. So yeah, this has got to get on my playlist. And I've been listening. It's so much fun. And when I'm drinking, I like to listen to rock. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know if it just enhances the buzz a little bit more.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, but it's really, really cool. And so when I looked on my I was like, wait, that sounds familiar. That name sounds so familiar. That band. I know. It was in the middle of the work day, so it was kind of like work was on the brain. And when I pulled up my playlist and I scrolled down, I was like, yes, they're on my drinking playlist. So yeah, I'm so excited about that because it was just, yeah, it's a great vibes. Good
Yeah,
vibe. It's good. Just, you can't help but feel good when you listen to it. Just do a little like,
yeah, give a little,
yeah,
little head pumping, little beer
yeah,
drinking, little head. And I feel you. And I call it, and I'm going to mention this to the guys if given the chance, because we do select questions and kind of line up a little bit of an atmosphere. If you've seen the show before, I know it's hard to believe that, but we kind of did a lineup. And I want to mention, because I call their music jukebox rock. And I've said that to my wife before, and she's like, I don't get it. What's jukebox rock? To me, jukebox is an essential. When I go to a bar or when I go just out somewhere, there's certain songs that are essentials, and I'll call it jukebox rock. I like to put in my $5-10. I've got the Touch Tunes app on my phone, which is cursing murder because I spend more money and don't even realize it. Some nights I've left the bar with $50 worth of music, but to me, it's like I said, it could be some Guns N' Roses. It could be Motley Crue, but it could also be the Beach Boys, Rolling Stones, The Who. And bands like this. Greta Van Fleet is always on mine. Dirty Honey will now be on mine. I warned the people out there at some of my great favorite places like the Humeville Inn. You're going to be hearing a lot of Dirty Honey next time Jeff steps in there. Because to me, it's jukebox music, and it's music that you enjoy to be out to. I listen to it at home and enjoy it, but like when you're out, and you want to get that groove. I mean, it's a little different than Tiffany does, because I can picture her being all, cute and having a drink and getting down the bar. Me, I'm just like, everyone's like, look at that ugly guy.
yeah. Or I like to listen to like sitting outside in the summer. With the grill going, got the grill going. It's like put it on the Bluetooth speaker. And you just can't help but kind of dance along, and they're great.
I agree. I feel that electric energy. You and me rather, and your good friend Mr. Tim Simmons that brought us together. Yeah. Virginia Beach's own Tim Simmons. We're cigar smokers and fine beer drinkers. So I'll go out on my deck and I will light up a cigar, pour myself a beer. I get my Bluetooth speaker out there and some music and my shades on a nice summer night and just jam. And this is the kind of stuff I love.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, can't go wrong. I mean, it's like I'm watching the clock just.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
The clock is like, my eyes are metal and the clock is a magnet, and it's just drawing me, but we got a few minutes yet. So I appreciate everybody that's here early just to hang in. I didn't want to just jump right into it at 3:00, start the show and be like, hey guys, so we warm it up a little bit. We do it kind of I still can't do it. It's going to be rough when these guys get on show style. Let me thank some people out there for some likes and loves. Stephen Leo is in the house. Jeff Perlman, another great rocker himself. Jeff, what's up? Brian Lithgow, of course, with the like. Amber Stewart with the love. Hello, Amber, one of my favorites. And Tracy Collado, also one of my favorites, with some hearts for the Yo Show on this very special day. I could be doing anything, but I'm doing this. So I got this, and then at 3:30, I jump over to Talk Creative to Me. 7 o'clock tonight is Loso Brewing meeting. Me and the fellas are going to talk about some upcoming stuff. So it's a pretty packed day. What do you got after this, Tiffany? After this, you're just going to get into like a little bit of rock star geekdom? You're going to listen to some Dirty Honey and chill, or what's on your agenda?
Yeah. Before I go into that, though, did you just pick up a pencil? Because I thought it was like a French fry, and I was getting really jealous for a second there.
Yeah. It's actually a pen, and this is one of the pens from the.
It just looked like a French fry. And I'm always hungry.
I wish I would.
So after this, I play some music, do some chores around the house, and gonna take the dogs for a walk. It's like 80 degrees here.
Wow.
Today, and sunny. It's gorgeous. And then I have some friends coming over this evening for dinner, and we're gonna have Cubans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So excited about that, and just gonna hang out.
I love that. There is Amber with the 3 black hearts. Love you, Amber. One of my absolute favorites. She is awesome. An amazing cook as well. So.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Amber she makes dishes every day that make me cry. And then I come out with my okay dish. My wife's like, oh, this is so good. I'm looking at Amber's like, you look so good. Brian, I'm going to teach you one thing right now. Tiffany loves food. You wouldn't tell it by looking at her. Slender little Tiffany. I know Maria picked on me last night for mentioning your stature, but she's quite the eater. We share food pics and all that good stuff. Cubans. Yes, I love a good. I haven't had a good Cuban in a while. Now, refresh me. I believe it's corned beef.
Pork.
Pork.
Pulled
Okay.
pork.
I'm way off. And I know pickles are on it, which is like your A number one.
Yes. Actually, two of my number ones. Actually, yeah, two of my number ones are on the list. So yeah, I have the pork in the crock pot right now. It smells amazing in here. And then you have Swiss cheese. You get some pickles, kosher dill pickles, and then brown mustard and ham.
Oh God, that sounds so.
And to put it on a ciabatta roll, and then what I like to do is kind of heat it up like a grilled cheese. Butter the bread and heat it up and get the cheese all melted and everything, and it's just divine.
That sounds divine. The movie Chef introduced me to Cubans. That's awesome. Amber's got a little chuckle, but Amber, you bring it. I just look at your food. I saw her in the supermarket one day, and I kind of wanted to follow her around and just watch everything she picked up and bought.
Just guess what she's making.
Exactly, and try to do it the same way, and just follow her around. I do an okay job. I'm fed, You can't tell in my slimming, sexy Rolling Stone shirt, but I'm fed. I'm well fed.
Yeah, yesterday I ate so much food that I thought I was going to go into a food coma. Actually, I did go into a food coma, but and then I came home and ate tacos for dinner, like a ton of them, and then came on the Yo show.
I was going to wear that It's Always Tuesday somewhere shirt that I had, that taco one, but wasn't very rock star. So I bagged it.
You got a good rock star shirt on. I like it.
Thank you very much. I got a rock star feel. I didn't even wear a hat today. I'm like I said, like these guys have been interviewed by like Rolling Stone magazine and like Eddie Trunk. Like this is like the big time. Then they're gonna get me and be like, this guy's
such a Shark Perini. I mean,
that's right. They're gonna make this guy such a fangirl little bitch. But yes, I am. Doing research every day for lunch. I have to.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I get bored with food. I said the other night I went out and I made grinders because I just wanted something different. A little salami, a little ham, a little Cooper Sharp cheese, a little grinder. Terrific. So we got about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I was told to give the guys a little bit of a window. And it looks like we got thrown I was going to say it looks like a little bit of a curveball, but it's not, because backstage, the name came up as Quirky Loverstone, who is one of the other members of the band, but it does look like it is Justin, which is very cool. Justin and John are backstage, so we're going to do this in about 1 minute as I give them a little lead in. Everybody, we're super, super excited today. Not a brand new band. They've been around for a couple years, but they are red hot on the scene right now. Got a brand new album coming out April 23rd, self-titled Dirty Honey. They got a brand new song called California Dreamin', which is huge on YouTube. Hundreds of thousands of people are listening to it. They are the classic rock sound of yesterday brought into today and just mastered. We're going to have with us today Justin and John, the guitar player, the bass player from Dirty Honey. So, guys, let's get them in here. Let's welcome Justin and John from Dirty Honey. Guys, thank you so much for being on the program.
Hey, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on real quick, guys. We are nervous as heck and just so excited to have you guys here. Big fans of the music. Absolutely love it. The PR woman, Heidi, came out and said, look, I got a small window for the guys. What do you think? I said, I'll stop everything. I'll make a special episode just to get the guys in here and talking about their music. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you, man. What is behind you?
They're Funko Pops. I got Funko Pops of all sizes and varieties. Even for you guys to celebrate your great opening acts, I got like Axl Rose here from Guns N' Roses. All them little things. And there's so many different ones: movies, music, sports. And one day I hope to get my hands on some Dirty Honey Funko Pops.
Yeah, I guess we got to management about that.
With the right licensing agreement, we could really. No, I'm just kidding.
I like, no, we'll get you there. Let's jump right into it, guys. The song California Dreamin' is brand new, released a couple weeks ago. It's getting tons of play on YouTube, 250,000. Tell us a little bit about the song, the creative process behind it, and how it's being received so far.
That's a loaded question.
Oh, no,
Personal?
A little too personal, man. Well, it started with a riff and a groove just like on the guitar that I wrote. I showed it to Mark first. He fell in love with it. And then Justin and Corey and I did some demos of it at the house. And then Mark, he kind of just like sometimes just says a phrase that fits, like when he first sings to it. And California Dreamin' was the first thing.
Yeah, I remember when that came out, and we were like, "That's awesome."
You're gonna have to change that.
Who cares?
Yeah, yeah. We realized like you can call a song anything. So, and then he just, I think he does what he does once the music's done and he's inspired about the track. He's kind of like a hip hop artist like that. Like he's got the beat's got to
be right.
Yeah, the beat's got to be right. So he's got the whole bed to sort of work on, and he decided to stick with the California Dreamin' thing and just, being aware that there's a classic song already of that name. He went away from the flower power kind of 60s thing and took I guess a kind of a darker look at it, but without being too specific, so that it's still fun, sexy rock and roll,
But it's kind of reflective of the time that we're in, with the whole paranoia season thing and everything. I think he was obviously, we're all affected by what's happened this past year.
Sure.
Yeah, that was probably our one reference to the quarantine paranoia season.
Yeah. We talk about it a lot because it always seems to come up. But it's awesome. It is a great song. And I kind of read that in the lead-in. It's a little bit of a twist from, like I said, the Flower Power, Loving California Dream, and a little more of a reality of, hey, here's what's going on right now in California, and here's us chasing our dreams. So very cool.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more of sort of like the California dream that you are sold, and that brings us there, except for Justin. He's an OG, original California kid. But like the rest of us move with the dream, and you really only see the tip of the iceberg, and I think the song's kind of about the rest.
Oh yeah, man! Like it makes me think. So I was looking for a place with my girl a couple of years ago, and we were looking around Hollywood, and this guy's showing us his apartment, and he lives next door, and he's talking about like how he's been there for like 30 years, and how he moved out there to be an actor, and he like pointed up to the hills because you could see the Hollywood Hills from there. He's like, I expected to be up there, but I'm still in a crappy apartment 30 years later. That's actually more what happens when people move out to California than the lucky few that actually
totally
get a break.
I used to call it like a Hollywood tragedy, which is like when I landed in Hollywood, those were sort of the types I ran into first.
Tiffany?
Hi, guys. So your song "Rolling Sevens" is one of my favorites. It's been on my drinking playlist, I like to call it, for a while, and it's so much fun. Oh yeah, it's so much fun.
What do you drink?
What do I drink?
Yeah. What's the Rolling Sevens?
Tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, margaritas. Yeah. And yeah, so you're on that list that I like to listen to get let loose and have a good time. And wow, like 5.6 million views. How does that feel? Like, are you getting used to the fact that 5 million people are watching your videos, and or is it still real? Like, what does that feel like?
I mean, it feels great, and it gave a good confidence, I think, in us, in Mark's vision for music videos, because the first music video was very fun, and I think a good introduction. But, Mark was sort of the one who, the When I'm Gone video, and Mark was sort of the one who was like, let's utilize, his connections to guys who actually do this all the time, and let's ramp it up a little. And so, we sort of followed his lead on that, and it really paid off. So, go Mark, I guess.
Mark was a location scout before Dirty Honey took off for TV and movies.
Yeah, and then he was a locations manager, so he kind of has a good, and he's worked a lot of like big music videos. I mean, he'd be like texting me from like the Khalid music video, and his job, when you're a locations manager, it's a lot of standing around, so he would really kind of observe what's happening and observe how people waste money too, which was good. And it was a good thing to have because we don't have money to waste. So a lot of he's able to think of an idea that he also knows we can shoot simply, but still look like it's expensive. And that's difficult because a lot of times I think of an idea and I realize right away it's like an expensive idea.
Been there.
It's like, oh, that needs a stunt, permits. You got to rent a cop. No.
All the tie-ups, which is great that the video is awesome. California Dreamin'. So the new album, a full-length album, it's gonna be your first full-length album. It's due out April 23rd. It's self-titled One Dirty Honey, of course. I'm very excited for that. I'm sure you guys are as well. But also, like, a huge feat. You guys managed to reach #1 on the Billboard charts as an unsigned band. How does that happen? What kind of public relation work goes into that? And how excited are you for the album and that #1?
Well, first the generic answer is like a athlete at the end of the game, right? It takes hard work, dedication, a focus group.
If we told you the rest, then everybody would do it. So we're not going to.
Yeah. Good point. And it's a very good point. I ask the questions I get excited about. There's something more I think I'd rather ask you on the phone. Like, how'd you guys do it? Just kind of cut it there. So I do get that.
Well, I mean, we have a small team, but they are specialized in our lane of music. They believe in us, and they have a lot of experience in it. They are older guys, so it's like we have one radio guy. We have one manager, we have one publicist, we have an assistant, and everybody's full on team Dirty Honey. So we're not suffering from too many cooks in the kitchen. We're not suffering from a lot. An idea doesn't have to go through 10 approvals to get moved forward on. So
yeah, I mean, we just got a great team and we really toured a lot in 2019 and made a big effort to just do everything that we possibly could. Any offer that came in that made sense, obviously.
Right.
Crap. Let me turn off my phone. Sorry.
No problem. I mean, that's the perils. And like I said, we were told how much limited time you guys had today, so I appreciate it. I'm sure the phone's going absolutely nuts with people just trying to get a hold of you. You talk about touring and some like huge names. You open up for The Who, Guns N' Roses, Alter Bridge, Slash. How does that feel? Does it warm you up for the bigger days already? Like, your album's making its way out. You've already played in front of big crowds. Do you feel like it's a good startup, or do you think there's still a lot to learn when it comes to touring and playing live on stage?
Sorry.
Hey, you want to say hi, Mike?
Who's that? Look, it's another guy.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? We're doing a quick live interview with the fellas in the band. We're talking all about new album and new songs. So we're just happy to have you guys here. So just act natural, Roy. There's that.
Yeah.
You guys all have better hair than I do. I'm very jealous. I love your hair.
Oh yeah, I'm the boring great hair guy.
I got great hair.
Yeah.
I have gray hair too. We're good.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I think for me personally, the opening for those bands were pinch me moments. But I think the most emotional one was the first one with Slash, because that was the sort of first hint, and that was the first materialization of the dream. Like, this is really happening. It's really working, and people are responding.
And we did that before we made our first EP.
Yeah.
I definitely had more confidence after we made the EP, and we're like, wow,
Sure.
Yeah. By the time we opened for The Who, we were like already like, being like, oh wow, the road is really tiring. We were actually mid like learning, getting those pants on, so to speak, getting our road legs. But for me, the most rewarding and the most, to answer your question, like looking towards the future, was our last tour, the Rolling Sevens tour, because it was sold out, and it was the first taste of what it's like when a full room is there for you. And that, honestly, on a personal experience level, was way more rewarding than the opening for those. The opening for those bands is, I think, more externally rewarding because it's a great promotional piece and it's a great experience. But
yeah, like I had more fun learning that we were playing for Guns N' Roses than the actual show.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, during the show, John and I like jumped up on Guns' risers, and I actually got pulled down by management. Like, hey, you're not allowed to stand on Dust Rider. What the fuck is this shit?
Do you know who we are?
That's cool. Is there a plug anywhere?
That was plugged in.
No,
Oh, for
yeah,
this? Oh, yeah, over there.
Tiffany, go ahead.
On the floor over there.
All right.
So after this huge tour that you had, and then we get thrown into this pandemic, how have you been engaging with your fans and keeping up with them during this time?
Instagram, pretty much. I don't know. Do you talk to the fans at all, Mark?
Not really. I mean, I like a personal connection more than anything.
Sorry, we're just plugging in
Yeah.
our device here.
It's gonna die.
It's gonna die. Can you get that?
Yeah, I got you.
Not a problem. We still got you for a few minutes, so take your time, do what you got to do. So, back to Tiffany's question. She mentioned the pandemic. How was the pandemic on you, John? Did you find it more creative, easier to work, or harder to work not being able to be in the same room as often?
Oh, well, we did actually get in the same room once we had a bunch of ideas. I found it was pretty awesome for me personally because my other roommates kind of really, we share like a rehearsal space and at the house, a studio, and they just like locked themselves in their house and didn't leave the house, literally. So I pretty much had the studio to myself for like the first 2-3 months. So I was in there all the time, like making demos and writing riffs and just hanging, just kind of living in a little musical bubble. So that's how California Dreamin' started. So it was great for me at first, and we still got together. So it really gave us the extra time to make the album better.
Make it work. You slap the mask on, and everybody gets together and does their thing, right?
Yeah, we got lemons, so we made lemonade, I guess.
There you go. I want to dig a little bit into the beginning because I realized, John, you started at 8 years old. Justin, you started at 12 years old. John, of course, was a New England kid. So tell us about the beginning. Like, what got you into music and what gave you the desire? Was it like family driven, friends driven? What kept you going?
Justin.
Well, I actually got my first guitar when I was like 9 or 10, and my dad's friend played in the band Sha Na Na.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
He just gave me a terrible guitar lesson. Like, horrible. Trying to have me play like bar chords in the first, 5 minutes, and I was like, well, this sucks. And then my friend, it was an acoustic guitar, and my friend left it out in the rain, and it got destroyed. And then a year or two went by, and all my friends were, we were like really into like Nirvana and that whole scene, and everybody got instruments, and we started like a little junior high band, and that was kind of the beginning for me.
That's funny because mine involves a guitar being left out in the rain too. My dad tried to take guitar lessons, and he just didn't have time. He was a blue collar kind of guy, very busy, and he left the acoustic guitar out in the rain. And I started playing it, and I was already air guitaring all the time with the stringless ukulele. I used to lock it and just blast music, any music, and me and the kids in the neighborhood used to get together and charge people a penny to come in, and we'd like dance to music. It was like we were already had this like performer thing, and then a friend of mine in the neighborhood, his dad was in this like punk rock band, and that's where I learned my first chord. And I just got it right away. I remember looking at it, and he showed me a D chord, and I was like, I got it. And then he showed me power chords, and I got those right away. And then since all his songs were like punk rock songs, I realized he was like, yeah, you just move this shape. And so I was like playing all his songs because they were really simple. And so it was pretty encouraging right off the bat. And then once my mom saw that, she got me lessons. And then my teacher, he was a classic rock head. So he was like showing me Stairway to Heaven, and I was like, what's that? And I came home and I was like, Mom, who's this guy, Led Zeppelin?
Wow.
And that's when I finally started paying attention to her record collection because I ignored it to that point. And and she pulled out Led Zeppelin 2, and then that's it. That's rest of life after that. So, and then the rest of my life ignoring current music. Not entirely, but yeah. So that's kind of that was kind of the beginning. Yeah. So a friend of the family, and it's cool.
Very cool.
Are there any other instruments you've ever wanted to learn how to play? I grew up playing various instruments, and guitar and banjo are ones that I'm learning now. Is there something, if you could sit down and learn a new instrument, what would you play?
Oh, well, I'm always I love drums. I bought a drum during quarantine. I'm pretty bad by a real drummer standards, but I'm good enough to make a demo and stuff. Sometimes. Sometimes if I write a fast riff, I can't do that. I can't do it. Yeah. But it's like too hard.
I think we'd all like to be better at piano.
Yeah.
But I want to learn how to play dobro. Dobro's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been practicing drums, and I've was fortunate enough to live with a bunch of drummers, so I got a lot of tips on what to practice, and I'm always bugging Corey. I'd like to get better at bass too. I mean, it's like I know how to play the instrument, obviously, but the role of how to play the bass is really the trick. Because it's kind of opposite of the guitar in that sense.
Yeah.
And then, piano. I was actually just learning Feeling All Right the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great piano.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. To be a bassist, you obviously got to have great hair. I'm looking at Justin's. I'm thinking of Mike Inez from Alice in Chains.
Well, if you need any piano pointers, I play piano as well, so
Oh, awesome.
always welcome to reach out.
I found this guy on YouTube. It's like HD Piano is the name of his thing, but he has like 2 million subscribers. It's great. It's literally, he's perfect.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess I'm plugging him now. I don't know.
We just plug away here. We don't do it for money. We do it for fun. We're fans of music and actors and all that. And I just love coming on the show and doing this. And when I heard I had a chance to do you guys and interview you today, and I've been a fan for a while. I've been a fan of the Greta Von Fleets, you guys, Blackstone Cherry, the Dead Daisies, bringing great rock back to a new generation with the hard guitars and the deep drums, etc. So, what are some of your favorites? Anybody right now you love? Any inspiration you want to shout out to? What are some of the bands that really get you guys going?
I like the new Royal Blood record.
Yeah, we just mentioned it before. Yeah, Royal Blood's awesome. Absolutely.
I like a lot of R&B and funk music. I was recently just listening to the new Free Nationals record, and I think it's fire. So, I get a lot of inspiration from that stuff because the rhythm is so dope, and I'm like, how can we, as a rock and roll band, have that kind of rhythm? So sometimes it's cool to pull influence from the other side of the tracks, so to speak.
That's very cool.
I don't know if I like a lot of new rock, to be honest. I really respect Greta Van Fleet, and there's a few songs on their earlier stuff that I really like. I actually kind of like I don't know what the newest one is. Not Heat Above, but maybe it is Heat Above. I don't know.
They got one that just dropped. I'm a little embarrassed. I forgot the name because I am a fan. I've seen them live twice already. I think they're awesome. But you guys remind me of that as well. And I was telling Tiffany, you guys are in a perfect spot for generations because guys my age remember that style of music. And when you guys come around, this is music to me. And then the newer generation listens like, hey, this is kind of new, like hardcore instruments. Let's dig into it. You guys are right in a perfect spot.
Yeah, and we've seen that, in the beginning, it was like sort of just a lot of the older dudes showing up to the shows. And then as it grew, it was a mixture of teens and 20-somethings, people, close to our age. And then sometimes it would be the old classic rock dad, and he'd bring his 14-year-old kid, and they'd both be way into it. So it's pretty encouraging that across the board, people are getting it for different reasons. And we were talking to our producer about it. I was talking to our producer about it one day, and he's got a daughter who's how old is she? 15? 16? And he took her to a concert. I think it was Trombone Shorty or something. And she was just like blown away because he's such a good live act, and it's a band and there's many pieces. And he was just talking about how the impact that we could have, because he's like, my daughter was like, I didn't know this could happen because of the age and now where so much of the popular stuff is, you know, a personality and then tracks, you know, and it's to realize that an exciting show can happen with live instruments. And I really think we're doing a really good job at that live. I think we bring a lot of energy, and it's, you know, he's certainly out of control on stage, and that's what you need to have. So.
Yeah, I've seen in the video, you guys definitely get into it, and I love that. And I've seen some videos of your live stuff, and like I said, I've just become an instant fan. I watch it religiously. I love the music. I think it's absolutely awesome. So obviously, I don't know if you could even answer this with pandemic and shutdown. Any news at all on any kind of tour coming up? Any kind of live shows? You got anything to give us right now, or yeah, it's again sealed lip.
Nothing.
Listen, you keep me in line.
Nothing. We can't commit to anything. There's contingency plans for even maybe the summer, but it's the states have to open up. So
Sure.
You know, there's one tour that would be with we'd be opening for a really cool band, and
There's festivals and
there's festivals. Yeah.
You know, when it does happen, it'll probably start, you know, Florida, Texas, the places that are already kind of open, and move our way to the less open places, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm in Pennsylvania, and we're probably gonna be last. We are slow motion, but and that's okay. We're patient, and if you guys,
You know, it's on the way.
I'm sorry.
I think the Northeast states are going to be the slower ones, and that's going to be the hang-up.
It's been kind of slow around here. New York, New Jersey, PA. We've been, you know, dragging our feet a little bit, and I'm not any way about it. I'm going about my business and keeping active any way I can. So I obviously want to welcome you guys. If you do come out to PA, hit you up. Maybe just stop by and and Virginia Beach, definitely Virginia Beach and Philly, PA. We'll make our way and check you guys out.
We played Virginia Beach. We played Lunatic Luau.
You were there?
Yeah.
I must have gotten there later then, because I came later in the day.
Yeah, we were early. It was like, because that was our second tour kind of ever, and I think we were 1 o'clock or 2 or something, right?
Yeah, I was at work, and so I came in the evening, around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, if you guys do Lunatic Luau again, I'm taking the day off.
There you go. Well, hopefully we'll be later in the day by that time. So.
Yeah, you get bigger. It's about a 5-hour drive from here, but I would gladly take that drive. So keep me posted on it as well, and I'll keep up with your PR department, who does great work, always blowing me up with new stuff, and I love that. And that's how I found more about you guys. I've heard of you. I found more about you guys from there, and obviously, like I said, today to get the chance to get a small window to talk to you was absolutely awesome. You can find out more about the guys at www.dirtyhoney.com. The new album is the self-titled Dirty Honey, available April 23rd. And the hot new single is out right now on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of views. California Dreamin'. Absolutely amazing song. Check them out on Instagram, Dirty Honey Band, Facebook at Dirty Honey. Guys, I also want to thank Mark for popping his head in there, and Corky, of course, and your PR group. Thank you guys very much. We look super forward to it in the very near future. I thank you for coming on our show. This humbles me a great deal because, you know, we get good acts, but this is a great act, and I'm thrilled by it. I'm going to let you go, but I got a question because I don't know if I can even do this or not. I do have California Dreamin' set up to share screen and play a little clip of the video. Am I allowed to do that contractually or no?
I have no idea.
I give you full.
Yeah. We can, which means nothing. Go.
Our audio is bad, so I'm going to cut you out before you do it so it doesn't butcher your song. But I do want to thank you again for coming on. Justin and John from Dirty Honey, like I said, go to all the sites. Check out this episode. It'll be live on YouTube and Facebook, Twitch, the whole 9 yards to check out and learn more about the guys in the band. And guys, if you can, during your schedule, can we do this again? Maybe you and the rest of the guys?
Sure.
Absolutely. All right, we love it. We're going to set you guys free for today. Tiffany, any last words for the guys?
I appreciate you guys have such amazing raw talent. That's something that's so refreshing to see when you go to a show, that you want to just experience music. You know, when you were talking about how someone took their teenage daughter to a show and she got to experience something unique and different. When I was a teenager, my dad took me to see Jethro Tull live, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And just to experience, Ian Anderson and his talent on the flute, inspired me to learn more instruments and stuff like that. So seeing you guys just go out there, kill it, it's amazing. And thank you for, being authentic and just doing what you love. It definitely shows.
Well, thank you. And that kind of support is the gas that keeps it going. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Keep up the great work. We look forward to the new album, of course, April 23rd, 4 days before my birthday. So I know what my wife's getting me for my birthday. She's getting me a copy of your brand new album. I'm stoked.
All right. Yeah.
All right. John, Nato, and Justin Smolian from Dirty Honey. Thanks, guys. Have yourself a great rest of the day.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That was absolutely awesome. Like, I'm like geeked.
Amazing.
That's amazing. It really was. It's cool today. A little bit of a contrast. Justin's a little more like the quiet guy, and also keeping me in line with a lot of no questions. And John is the guy who likes to do a lot of talking, but just really cool guys. Awesome music. The scroll down the end. We're going to run the scroll for a few more minutes. Of course, Dirty Honey on Instagram at Dirty Honey Band, Facebook at Dirty Honey, www.dirtyhoney.com. Go to YouTube, go to YouTube page and check out California Dreamin'. I'm going to play a clip of it before we leave. It's not going to do it any justice because our horrible audio, and I didn't even want to play it while they were here because they'd be like, dude, that sounds horrible. Tiffany, last thoughts on the band?
You know what? I love how they describe themselves as sexy rock and roll. Because
Yeah.
that's exactly what that is. Like, I've been trying to find a word to describe what it is that I'm listening to, and that is perfect. So when anybody asks me, what's this Dirty Honey band you love so much? It's just sexy rock and roll.
It is sexy rock and roll.
It's amazing.
My good friend Tom Sabilla, who supports me a lot and is a big music fan, he called it like sleazy 70s rock. And I dig that too, because it is like kind of that like bar room, hanging out, having a cold beer, rocking kind of music. So that's like a perfect description as well. I thought it was great. Again, thank you to John, Justin. Thank you to Heidi Robinson Fitzgerald for bringing us the guys. Huge thanks to Tiffany Mosher for coming on today. I love you for it. I appreciate it so much. I know you want a little taste of the rock star thing. So did I. So
Yeah. Hey, we got to check that off the bucket list.
absolutely, we sure did. Don't forget to check us out. I believe Jewel Tate will be back. If not, you will see Tiffany Wednesday night. 8 o'clock, our regular time. Our very special guest is going to be Sean Kanan from Karate Kid 3. A lot of soap operas. We're going to talk about Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, his comedy, his cooking, and the whole 9 yards. That's this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Sean Kanan from Karate Kid. I'm going to size this up. I'm going to play it. I do apologize ahead of time if it is if it's sloppy audio. That does tend to happen to us from time to time. But I do want to get you a little taste of California Dreamin' before we go. Set that up here and a share and a Chrome tab. Tiffany, any parting words?
I'm starting to follow them on Instagram to see if maybe they'll follow me back and talk to me.
That would be freaking awesome. That would be awesome. You got
the fangirl part coming out. I saved it for the very, very end.
You have the advantage of being the attractive female, where the old bald guy, the big beard, doesn't really get the same love. And thanks for Mark LaBelle for flashing his face in there. That was an unexpected surprise. It was nice.
Yeah,
We got
that
4
was.
guys. That was very cool. Did not
Very
expect
cool.
that. He seemed to be in a good mood today as well. Let's hit it with a little bit of California Dreamin'. Thanks again for tuning into a very special Thursday afternoon edition of the O Show. We'll see you Wednesday night. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. It's obviously refusing.
For 40 days and 40 nights, rain would fall on me. The tunnels and the sun no light. Nothing was left to so easy. It's so easy. I'm California dreamer. It's tearing us apart. It's California season. It's in our minds and our hearts. Ain't no rest for the weary. Cross in the desert at night. And night I could see clearly. Was just a slave to the grind. Yeah. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Yeah. It's so easy. Now I'm California dreamer, tearing us apart. Paranoia season. It's in our minds and our hearts.